Hello and welcome. As India fights the coronavirus pandemic and stays locked down for close to 2 months now, the elderly are struggling to survive. Senior citizens have been the worst hit as they are the most vulnerable, especially those above 80. These elderly citizens are at high risk for the coronavirus and in some cases are also fighting isolation, poverty, they're fighting neglect. HelpAge India is reaching out to these seniors in urban and rural areas with food, with medicine, with information which is so important, counseling and anything else that they may need during the lockdown. Join NDTV and HelpAge India in raising funds to protect these people, our people who protected us in our lives. Nidhi?
तो उम्र की दस्तक सबको आनी है। हाथों की झुर्रियां, आंखों की कमजोरियां, डगमगाते कदम, खोखली होती हड्डियां, ये शरीर हौसले का सबूत मांगने लगता है। हिम्मत की परीक्षा लेता है हमारे बुजुर्गों से। हमें उन्हें महफूज रखना है, खासकर जो बेआसरा, जो बेसहारा है। तो एनडीटीवी और हेल्पेज इंडिया मिलकर इस मुहिम में पुख्ता मदद करना चाह रहे हैं अपने बुजुर्गों की।
Your opening comments were so moving, Vishnu and Nidhi, and I just feel that this is such an important telethon we are doing for our elders and betters. And one thing that we've always been proud of about India, and much better than the Western world, is that we do look after our elders. We respect them and we look after them. But we must never forget that, and it might be wilting a little bit right now because Matthew Cherian, you've been working with HelpAge, you've headed HelpAge for years, and we worked together and built some wonderful institutions thanks to you. I mean, you are an amazing man, a man with a heart. I've never come across such a fine gentleman. And I'm not just saying that to your face, I say it behind your back also. But I just want to ask you, one of the phrases that is often used by HelpAge is that elderly in India, which is known to respect its elderly are becoming last in line now. Why is that? And especially at a time like this, it's a bit worrying because they are most vulnerable also, aren't they?
Thank you, Pranoy, and for our support during the tsunami and the Uttarakhand. And we also like to thank the NDTV team for all their support and the viewers over the years. Why have they become last and lost? As we grow old, we have seen in every disaster situation that the elderly are unable to run after relief trucks or run after any kind of queuing system because they cannot be, so they always end up last and lost in the various queues during relief. And during my recent experience during the COVID pandemic, we had been to villages in Greater Noida where we found many elderly and widows and various people had not even got their ration or their pension. It was so sad to see them in hunger, and we felt that we should now step in and start working with them so that their food rations and their medical needs can be taken care of. And this extended lockdown has not done any of the elderly any good. It has been an extended sentence to loneliness, to isolation, to staying in their own homes. And we find even in our old age homes, they've all been made to stay inside their homes. So they are lost and last, and now they are nearing starvation, and you need to prevent them from hunger. And that is why we say this is the time for saving our seniors, and we are grateful that NDTV has taken up this cause of saving our seniors.
No, this comes from the bottom of our heart because we respect our elders, and I would like to remind all our viewers that if you'd like to contribute, please help out, because this will go to, all your funds will go to HelpAge. We're doing tremendous work in this area. And remember that many of these elders were in the fight against the British for our independence. We owe them so much. They preserved democracy in our country for all these years, which is the proudest thing India has. So please, I know all of you feel very strongly about this. So do most Indians. So please come forward. One more question, just to identify what exactly do you feel elders need right now?
At the moment, the elders need maximum is both food as well as medicines, because most of them, we were treating about 2 million elderly before the lockdown happened, and most of them have not been able to get medicines for the last 47 days. We now need to push in more medicines because most of them suffer from non-communicable diseases, and if you don't take your medicines on time, you're going to suffer from stroke or other diseases. So you may not die due to COVID, but you may die due to other diseases. So it is high time that these medicines and food reaches them. And also, we also request, today is Mother's Day. So we want to wish all the grandmothers, mothers, and all of them who looked after us, like Pranoy said, they are the ones who have fed us, they are the ones who have made them grow up. It is now our turn to give back to them. So spend some time, make your call to your mother, make your call to your grandmother, and see that they feel wanted in this isolated lockdown.
Thank you very, very much. And we're really fortunate to have with us Sharmila Tagore. You have such a huge fan following, so what you say, people listen to. So I just wanted to ask you, with so much respect that we all have for our senior citizens, they're still last in the line. Why is that?
Well, Pranoy, I'm so glad in a way that we have started this conversation about elders. You know, when you're talking about last in the line during the pandemic, but it has been a reality for the last quite a few years, you know. They have been the last. And as a society, as India, we have always put elders on center stage. But something over the years have changed. Maybe because of the nuclear families, I don't quite know. But now the stress and the attention is more on the youth. And one possible reason is, or maybe the possible reason is, that the seniors are not perceived as a productive energy, productive force. So therefore, I think is the low priority, you know. And let me share a statistics with you. The numbers of seniors in India, I believe, is 11 million today. And it can triple, it will triple, it is expected to triple in the next 30 years or so. And we are still not paying adequate attention to this. So as I said, that you have started this conversation, and I sincerely hope, fervently hope, that we will sustain it.
You know, one of the big issues, and it's a very correct thing, of course, that we must have social distancing, that we must keep away from people who are, could be without any symptoms, could be infected and could be infectious. So with social distancing, again, our seniors and our elders are going to suffer the most. So how do we, get around that problem? How do you do it, for example?
Of course, we must remain engaged and connected. And that is absolute necessity at this time, because all of us are locked in, and it's a very unprecedented time. I, for one, is not allowed by my doctor to step out. So, thanks to Zoom and thanks to FaceTime and thanks to all these gizmos, the geography has shrunk and we are able to communicate, So I think it is. And then, of course, we have to ring up each other. We have to look for a community. We have to engage with our neighbors. In whichever way, we must remain engaged. I've got a little deck outside and I can see a lot of sky. It not necessarily be human beings, but I see a beautiful sunset. I see lots of birds, orchestra of birds, and beautiful flowers, because spring is here or was here. It's almost departing, but beautiful flowers. So, you must engage. Otherwise, Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. And, you know, I have an 82-year-old friend, relative in London, apartment, all alone. She's doing everything herself. And she so delightfully empowered, you know. I get so much inspiration from her. So there are many ways of staying engaged. And of course, there are books, there's music, depending on, you know, where we are. I don't want to sound elitist, but all of us have a community. And now we maybe have a digital community, but we have to interact and build on that community. All of us are looking for a structure. All of us are looking for some kind of positivity. And through that community, we will get it.
शर्मिला जी, एक आपकी फिल्म थी अमर प्रेम, और आज जो हमारा बुजुर्गों को हम जिस तरह से याद करें, उनकी मदद कैसे करें, उसका जो आखिरी में था, जब आप उम्र दराज उसमें हो जाती हैं, तो एक लड़के को आपने पाला पोसा था। विनोद मेहरा बड़े होकर आते हैं और आपको अपने घर ले जाते हैं। तो शायद वो सीन मेरे जहन में बहुत याद आ रहा था, और जब पता लगा आप आएंगी, यही वही मैसेज हम एनडीटीवी और हेल्पेज इंडिया देना चाह रहे हैं कि हमें अपने बुजुर्गों को उस उम्र के पड़ाव में उनका ध्यान रखना है। क्या कुछ उसकी याद है?
उसमें और भी इम्पोर्टेंट मैसेज है, जो हमारे बायोलॉजिकल फैमिली है, उससे ज्यादा हमारा जो फैमिली को हम चूज करते हैं, ये जो लड़का उसका आखिर में देखभाल करता है, वो उसका लड़का नहीं है। जो आदमी उसके पास उसको सहारा देता है, उसका हस्बैंड नहीं है। मगर फिर भी दिस कम्युनिटी, दिस नॉन बायोलॉजिकल फैमिली is what really supports her. So that's the lesson. We need not only look at our family. We have to look at the extended family that we can create in our lifetime through our options, through our choices.
Can I just ask you a personal question?
Yes.
What kind of some memories you have of your grandparents, and you know, just if you could recount anything about them?
You know, my grandmother couldn't speak a word of English, and my grandfather always ate with knife and fork and was, you know, played the piano. He wrote our absent letters, and he was very different. And my grandmother was, of course, wouldn't eat lots of food that my grandfather enjoyed, but she didn't eat it herself, but she would cook. And when he passed away, we encouraged her. She used to be wonderful with her cooking. She was wonderful with her crochet. So we decided that we are going to get her some money, you know. So we told all our friends that she's going to crochet little things like napkins, tray cloths, doily, you know, glass covers, etc. And we would give her some material like chindis from various cloth. And she did it, and it became such a success. At the end of the month, she would get about, those days, about 2,500 rupees or 5,000 rupees. And that made her so happy. So in a way, that was empowering for her. Otherwise, she was always, you know, looked after us and looked after her bahus. And I come from a joint family. So there was no social distancing as such. But there was so much to learn, and there was so much support and love. And of course, thappars also. There was lots of discipline and lots of, you know, strictures also on us. We couldn't do what we wanted.
So you have lovely memories, but is it tough being a grandmother these days?
No, not at all. Not at all, because I don't interfere, you know. It's so important to have a life of your own.
Thappars?
No thappar. Oh my God. I think they will report me to some higher authority or something. You know, those things have changed. It is now a negotiation and, you know, dialogues, and it's no longer,
Lovely.
You know, I told you so and therefore you do it. So that time is gone, because there is so much, you know, there's social media.
Thank you so much for being with us and recounting all these lovely memories. We'll treasure them. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, joining us now, Venkatesh Srinivasan. He's the India Assistant Representative of the United Nations Population Fund. Thank you very much, Venkatesh, for being with us. Now, these numbers are staggering. If you look at it, By 2050, the number of senior citizens in India will rise to 32.4 crores. We've had a system in the past, Pranoy was referring to it earlier on, where they are looked after within our extended families. But are things changing which leads you to worry about senior citizens not just now, but going into the future in terms of our social structures evolving and changing themselves?
Thanks, Pranay and the team, for organizing this very important discussion and also raising resources for HelpAge, which is doing a human service in the country. Just to give you a bit of the audience, a bit of the statistics on the aged. While we are fortunate as a country that we have about 9% of the population plus 60, which amounts to, even that 9% amounts to 110 million, 11 crores as of 2011, census. As compared to this, there are other, developed countries which are in the range of 20 plus 25. And, let's say Japan, 33.4, Spain, Italy, which have had a very bad, time in this COVID situation, almost 30%, 1/3. We are fortunate that we are not there, but then the figures for us, because of the large populations, that's quite large. And that constitutes, as per 2011 census, 110 million. Now, that is going to increase by 2030 to 22 crores, 220 million. And by 2050, it's going to be one of the five. 20% of the population will be plus 60. We can imagine the load this country is going to have in the future. That's the overall estimation. As Pranay and others were talking of the vulnerabilities. The vulnerabilities that the old people are facing in this country is something that we need to be concerned of. This country and many other countries didn't really have much of precise statistics. That's where the UN Population Fund India initiated a set of very solid research a few years back to estimate the vulnerabilities that young people, the old people have, and came up with some estimates for the country. Just to give the audience a flavor of the data, which then would help them to relate as to what the vulnerabilities would be. It's very interesting that more women than men are living alone. There 26% of the population plus 60 live alone. And
Absolutely, sir. बिल्कुल आपने कहा, और 30% हमारी भारत की आबादी है जिनके पास, जो बुजुर्ग हैं, सिर्फ पेंशन उनको ही मिलती है। बहरहाल आप आए, बहुत जुड़े, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया इसके लिए। और अब हम अभिनेत्री सोनाक्षी सिन्हा ने हमारी जो कैंपेन है सेवा सीनियर्स कैंपेन, उसके लिए एक संदेश भेजा है। आइए सुनते हैं क्या कहना है उनका।
Hi everyone, Namaste, this is Sonakshi Sinha. I'm really happy to be on NDTV's Lean On Me today because just the other day I was thinking that एक वो वक्त था जहाँ पर हमें डांट पड़ती थी, क्या कर रहे हो, पूरा दिन घर पे बैठे हो, कुछ काम नहीं किया आज, उठो, do something, go out, get out। और आज ये दिन है जहाँ पर हमें इसी बात की शाबाशी दी जा रही है। I'm sending out lots of love to all the parents and grandparents who are honestly just so happy to have us home and in front of them right now. Spending time with them, giving them love, taking care of them. And the least we can do is really just stay home, not go out and get the virus back to our houses. So to everyone out there, the parents, grandparents, kids even, sending you lots of love. Stay home, stay safe, and stay strong most importantly. We can get through this together.
और ये सोनाक्षी ने कहा। और आइए सीधे अब चलते कांता बाई से सुनते हैं कि उनका क्या कहना है। वो भी बुजुर्ग हैं, क्या कहती हैं, देखते हैं।
मेरे को 2 बेटा था, एक बेटा गुजर गया, बहू गुजर गई, छोटा बेटे को 2 बेटा है। वो बहुत मारपीट करता था, एक भाई पेट के ऊपर मारा, एक भाई मुंह के ऊपर थप्पड़ मारा। फिर वो खुद अलग निकल गया। मैं अकेली गुजारा करती पोते के साथ, 2 घर का काम करती है। मेरे को यहाँ से 12 साल से राशन मिलता है। राशन में हमारा दोनों का गुजारा हो जाता है, पोते का मेरा। मैं अपनी खुश हूँ।
Well, we're delighted to be joined at this stage by Ustad Amjad Ali Khan and his sons Aman and Ayan Ali Bangash. It's always a privilege and honor to be speaking to you, sir. You come from a tradition where seniors are respected, seniors are honored. That's the way your own sons, those who you have taught, have always treated you. Is there a real worry when you look around you that culture, which is so important to all of us, is perhaps disappearing slightly?
I think India is the only country we still believe in blessings. And we offer so much respect to our seniors. We touch their feet. And we classical musicians, we believe in Guru Shish Parampara. I still remember my father, who was my Guru, Ustad Hafiz Ali Khan Sahab, in Gwalior. That was a time everybody was rushing towards Bombay, because Bombay was Jadoo Nagri, the world of film. So many creative people, they all settled down in Bombay. But my father was also worried at that time. Perhaps I might also go to Bombay. But because Guru, we have to surrender ourselves to our Guru and Father. And I never wanted to go anywhere till the time I was very happy to serve him. And he was 95 when he passed away. He passed away in Delhi in 1972. So I have my family, we have great regards, great respect for seniors. And we are very fortunate to have, Aman Ayan around us and our daughter-in-law, Nima. I'm trying to reinvent myself. I have grandchildren, Abir and Zohan. I'm teaching them music. And we are, the world is very, very disturbed about this coronavirus. But I think everybody, whoever we are in the house, we are trying to utilize our time. And my wife, Aman, and everybody, and we are spending more time in practicing and researching, discovering more compositions and ragas. So we have all the respect and love for the seniors, and we are always with the HelpAge India.
जी, अमान अयान, आप भी अब जुड़ चुके हैं। हमेशा आपको अमजद खान साहब के साथ ही देखा है और शायद आप लोग को अब सुकून भी होता होगा कि आप हमेशा उनके साथ रह सकते हैं, क्योंकि कई ऐसे बच्चे हैं जो अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, माता पिता के साथ इतना साथ नहीं रह सकते। क्या कहना चाहेंगे कोरोना के समय में, किस तरह से ध्यान रख रहे हैं आप खान साहब का?
देखिए, आई फील, पहले तो नमस्कार आप सभी को और आदाब। I feel it's a pleasure and an honor for any child to be able to spend time with his father or mother or grandparents, whoever, the elders. मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी में हमेशा, मुझे अच्छा लगता है जब लोग बच्चों की बातें करते हैं कि child, you should encourage, underprivileged children and all. But my heart always rules, goes to people who are over age, जिनकी वजह से आज हम लोग हैं, जो बड़ों के बीच हम बड़े हुए हैं, वो आज हैं यहाँ पर, जो आज 80 के हैं, 90 के हैं, who we have followed all our lives. मुझे बड़ा बुरा लगता है कि as youngsters जब हम उनकी तरफ देखते नहीं हैं मुड़कर, and they are, I've worked with old homes also, and I feel so bad seeing those parents who have created beautiful children for this society and the society forgets them. तो बुरा लगता है. So मेरे लिए I think मैं बहुत खुशकिस्मत हूँ कि as a son मुझे मौका मिलता है to spend time with my mother and father. I feel I'm really blessed about that.
All right. Ayan, let me also ask you, give us your thoughts on your own father, how he is a senior citizen, how he's been a friend, how he's been somebody for whom respect is not something that was forced on you. It was more a process of love being shared from him to you. Tell us how dealing with a senior citizen has been about friendship.
Well, I'd like to thank all of you for the wonderful work you are doing during these trying times all over the planet. So I just feel very blessed that I think for us music was a way of life. I mean, to have your father who's also your guru, I mean, you got those moments that were magical, that are magical. You got to travel, you got to spend all that time, and it all seems like a dream today when I look back in the times we are in. So obviously the equation was dual, because when I was much younger and my father would walk in, all his students would get up as a mark of respect, but I'd keep sitting because it was just my father coming in. But as we grew older, obviously I drew the line and I knew when he's a father, when he's a guru. So, and the change is pretty much effortless. He could be a father maybe from the drive, from the concert hall to the hotel, but from the hotel to the hotel room, he would suddenly turn into a guru. So it's an effortless change even from his side and from our side. But I think these are times which are extremely challenging, and I think compassion is something that should be top priority right now for every human being, for every soul. That should be the ethos, and I think everyone's resonating with that at this point of time.
I think that's fantastic. A father and a guru for all of us, Ustad Saab. It's so fantastic to hear you and your sons and the love they have for you in referring to you. It's just great to hear that.
May I say something more?
And a mother also.
And your mother also.
Today's Mother's Day for our mother also.
Today is Mother's Day. Ustad Saab, go ahead.
A lot of love and respect to all mothers.
Absolutely.
She's a Subbalakshmi, my wife, Amania's mother. I think she's the first guru of Amania. I would like to say that the world is trying to create a vaccine for coronavirus. But I think we need a vaccine to destroy our arrogance and selfishness. The medical world should also create a tablet or vaccine that we should destroy our arrogance, because today the human being, the man has become such a ferocious animal and so selfish. And it's my appeal to all the youngsters, please take care of your parents, please take care of your senior citizens, and our whole family is with the HelpAge India.
Ustad Saab, thank you so much. Pranoy?
Thank you. Wonderful to hear. Thank you. Thank you very much. Beautiful words there.
Thank you.
And as you said, Vishnu, what a lovely interaction and a lot to learn from that. Thank you very much indeed, sir. We've got now Pramod Bhasin joining us. Thank you very much, Pramod. You've done so many great things in your life, but I think the peak of your achievements is when you were on the board of NDTV, and then and we worked together a lot, and we could tell your compassion. So now you're working with HelpAge for many years. It must be a really it must take all your emotions, right? It's such an important area to be working in.
Yes, it is, Pranoy. It's lovely to be on the show. Thank you so much. And lovely to be talking to you, even though it's only virtually, Pranoy. I loved my days at being on the board of NDTV, and now since then with HelpAge also, it's been very, very interesting and stimulating. I think the issues for the elderly in India are massive. You know, we have 160 million, 1.6 crore elderly people. By the way, Pranav, I don't know if anybody has mentioned, but you and I are part of that gang of the older elderly people, just in case
for
we
yourself.
Forget. They're talking about you and me also. So let's just keep that in mind.
Exactly.
But as we go forward, I think the issues around the age people, older people in India is actually massive. So simple things about being an economic burden on their families, which is why they get ill-treated, not having the right access to healthcare, or not even knowing what their rights are, what the benefits are they could get. Cataract, self-help groups that they need to keep themselves financed. Just simple disease causes such huge issues for them. And HelpAge has done a lot of wonderful work in this area over the many years, reaching across to 2 to 3 million people a year. We're just fortunate to be able to work with them, quite honestly. I love the work they do. We're trying to see how can we expand our footprint to cover perhaps over time 15 to 20 million different people across the older people like you and me, how they can reach people who are elderly, especially in the rural areas, and touch them in ways that really matter. I think there's perhaps we don't understand how badly off the elderly can be when they don't provide any income. They become a burden on their families. They are turfed out of their homes. As somebody was just saying, the larger number of the elderly living alone are women. What do they do when they need some simple medicine? What do they do when they need doctors? So we're working with them in a variety of areas. We're working with them on things like reaching out through mobile health units, which there's over 100 of them that HelpAge runs, reaching out to try and do cataract surgery. And, we have a noble goal of saying we'll eliminate cataract surgery. But at times like today, as we know, the elderly are easily the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
So I think we need a massive added effort here. I would love to pledge some money. I promise you on the show, I will pledge it. I'd love to pledge 5 lakhs right now on the show. I'll add that to the pie if I can.
That's wonderful to hear. On top of all the work you're doing to pledge money, and I know how much you're doing already for our seniors, it's wonderful. So last very quick question and answer, that what makes this special for you, looking after our seniors?
I think we all, well, apart from the fact that you and I are getting there, Pranoy, I hate to keep saying that, but it's true.
But
no,
bacha,
seriously.
Yeah. You are a bacha in comparison.
Right, sure. Okay. I think we've all been brought up. My father was the most influential person in my life. My daughter's sitting here. I don't think she'll say the same about me, although she might. Who knows what she'll say? She's sitting here not happy with that comment. But anyway, it's a unique place with a unique society. We are brought up with great influence from our elders. We don't become independent that early. He was, and my mother was the most influential person. We were brought up in large families with grandparents. We watched them all grow. They've influenced us massively. More than that, though, far more than that, is once we started working with HelpAge, it became obvious how deep the issues are regarding the elderly across India. It's not a subject that a lot of people think about, Pranoy, as you know, as Sharmila was talking earlier. It's way back on the back burner. Everybody talks about many other things, and yet their conditions can be desperate. Sheer loneliness, Pranoy. Sheer loneliness.
Yeah, lonely. All kinds of things coming together. Yeah, very true.
Away.
Very true.
So many things like that. So if that doesn't stir you to do something, I don't know what will.
No, I think that's
so
important. And that entire point, Mr. Bhasin, that you talked about loneliness. We'll talk about that in a while. But thank you so much, sir, for your views. We're also joined at this stage by Surendra Rosha, the Group General Manager and CEO of HSBC India. Thanks very much, Mr. Rosha, for being with us. It's great to have you on this show. I'm sure it's something that you feel very closely about as well. Now, only 30% of elders in India get a pension. 70% have to depend on their children if they're lucky to be doing that. Is that not a matter of huge concern, that we don't have a culture of social security as it is in many other countries, where senior citizens are guaranteed some cash every month?
Indeed, thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you, first of all, to NDTV for shining a light on this issue. We've done some work with HelpAge over the last few years on livelihoods for the elderly, and it's been a huge learning experience for us. And as some of your panelists have said, crisis like this requires a response from each of us, and the elderly are probably bearing the brunt of most of this crisis, not just from a health perspective, but also from a livelihood standpoint. And we are doing what we can, each of us, but I hope that through this telethon, many others, individuals and corporates, come in to support this cause.
All right, thanks very much, and we certainly hope that many others do come in, and it's great to hear that you are working with senior citizens in assisting them in situations like this. That's really welcome, because in times like this, Nidhi, it's when banks and others, financial institutions, can take that extra time out, make that extra effort to reach out to senior citizens, it makes such a difference.
बिल्कुल। और अब हमारे साथ रोहित प्रसाद हैं, चीफ ऑपरेटिंग ऑफिसर हेल्पेज इंडिया। मैं आपसे मिस्टर प्रसाद ये जानना चाह रही हूँ कि कम्युनिटी हेल्प जो है हमारे बुजुर्गों की, अभी हम सुन रहे थे कि जो लोनलीनेस है, अकेलापन हो जाता है, कोरोना वायरस का दौर है, ये कितना प्रभावी है? क्योंकि और विदेशों में हम देखते हैं किस तरह से सिर्फ मेड्स वगैरह की बात नहीं, लेकिन कुछ घंटों के लिए ऐसे सिस्टम्स होते हैं कि लोग आके बुजुर्गों के साथ उनके लिए कहानी पढ़ देंगे या उनके साथ कुछ खेल, कैरम बोर्ड या लूडो या कुछ भी गेम्स खेलते हैं। हमारे कंट्री में इस तरह का कोई सिस्टम नहीं है, कम्युनिटी सिस्टम नहीं है जहाँ पे हम अपने बुजुर्गों के साथ कुछ समय बिता सकें। क्या इसके लिए RWAs आ सकती हैं या क्या विचार या सोच रहे हैं आप लोगों के इस पे?
नहीं, आपने बहुत अच्छी सही बात आपने रेज की है। हेल्पेज में वी बिलीव दैट व्हाइल वी एड्रेस द इशू ऑफ the starvation, the hunger and where the elderly are getting left out, ये भी बहुत जरूरी है कि जो all of society effort होने की जरूरत है। साथ साथ जो जनरेशन है, 65% of India is below 35 years old, तो ये बहुत जरूरी है कि जो यंग पॉपुलेशन है, जो मिडिल एज पॉपुलेशन है, वो किस तरह से इस समय जब कोविड ने एल्डरली एट रिस्क को बहुत ज्यादा एम्पलीफाई कर दिया है, वो किस समय किस तरह उनके साथ खड़े हो। तो हम लोगों ने देखा है कि वॉलंटियर्स, और पहले ये बात हुई थी कि किस तरह से सोसाइटी रेजिलिएंट हो सकती है, तो हम लोगों ने देखा है कि वॉलंटियर्स काफी आगे आ रहे हैं। बहुत सारे वॉलंटियर्स हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। जो RWAs है, जो सीनियर सिटीजन एसोसिएशन है, वो भी काफी इस पे।
जी आपको सुन सकते हैं।
गो अहेड।
बिल्कुल, जैसे आप कह रहे थे RWAs, बिल्कुल वही कि क्या ये एक मैंडेटरी हो सकता है कि RWAs के पास एक सेल हो जिसपे जो लोग जिनके पास समय है या जो युवा हैं, अगर 1-2 घंटे कभी निकाल लें, बुजुर्गों के पास जाकर उनके साथ कुछ समय बिताएं, या RWA के फंड से उनको कुछ उनको पैसे भी दे दिए, सैलरी टाइप भी दे दिया जाए, उस लिहाज से क्या? जी,
तो हम लोगों ने ये बहुत जरूरी है कि जो नेचर ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट है, पहले बात हो रही थी चर्चा में कि किस तरह से वैल्यूज घट रहा है, तो वन ऑफ द थिंग्स जो हम लोगों ने देखा है कि जो प्राइम वे ऑफ रिस्पेक्टिंग एल्डर्स नाउ इज बाय गिविंग टाइम। अगर कोई अपना समय देता है एल्डर्स के लिए, तो वो उनके लिए बहुत मैटर करता है। और जो RWAs है, सीनियर सिटीजन एसोसिएशन है, वॉलंटियर्स हैं, जो फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं, वो उनको बहुत जरूरी है। बहुत सारे हमारे एल्डर्स अकेले रह रहे हैं, तो एक ऑल ऑफ सोसाइटी और कोलैबोरेटिव एफर्ट की जरूरत है ताकि हमारे एल्डर्स दे डोंट फील लॉस्ट आउट। हमारे पास ये सॉल्यूशन नहीं है कि हम एल्डर्स को अपने घर में लॉक कर दें और बाकी सोसाइटी को हम कहें कि आप आगे आके अपनी जिंदगी जिए। ये जरूरी है कि पूरी सोसाइटी किस तरह से एल्डर्स के लिए एक सपोर्ट सिस्टम तैयार करे, एक इमोशनल सपोर्ट सिस्टम तैयार करे, रिस्पॉन्स नेटवर्क क्रिएट करे, ताकि एल्डर्स हमारे लॉक्ड इन नहीं रहें, वो बाहर आए, अपनी जिंदगी जिए। क्योंकि एल्डर्स के लिए ये सबसे जरूरी है कि वो अपने घर के बाहर निकलकर लोगों से मिलें। यस, हमारे पास एक रिस्क है, लेकिन साथ साथ इमोशनल सपोर्ट, कनेक्टिविटी, लोगों से जुड़ना, ये भी उनके लिए बहुत अहम है।
बिल्कुल मिस्टर प्रसाद, आप जुड़े, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका। और अब हमारे साथ खुशबू जुड़ चुकी हैं, अभिनेत्री तो हैं, प्रोड्यूसर भी हैं। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया खुशबू, समय निकालने के लिए। शुक्रिया। आपको भी बचपन से अब तक देखा है फिल्मी पर्दे पर। आप से ये जानना चाहेंगे, क्या एहसास इस समय आपके, क्या ख्याल कि हम अपने बुजुर्गों को कोरोना के इस समय में किस तरह से सुरक्षित रख सकते हैं, महफूज रख सकते हैं, क्या विचार?
पहले तो ये लॉकडाउन के वक्त बहुत ही जरूरी हो जाता है कि हमारे जो बुजुर्ग घर पे हैं, जैसे मेरे घर पे आप देखें तो मेरी माता जो है, मेरी माँ जो है वो अभी 76 की हैं, मेरी सासू माँ भी मेरे साथ रहती हैं, वो 86 की हैं। तो बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है कि उनको अकेलेपन का एहसास ना हो, उनको ये रहे कि हम सब साथ में हैं। उनको एक इमोशनल बॉन्डिंग देना बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है, उनसे बातचीत, क्योंकि अकेलापन महसूस करने लगते हैं कि बाहर नहीं निकल सकते हैं, किसी रिश्तेदारों के घर नहीं जा सकते हैं, तो सिर्फ एक फोन है, फोन पे भी कितना बात करेंगे। तो उनके साथ बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है कि उनको अकेलापन का एहसास हम बिल्कुल ना दें। इस वक्त जो एक बढ़ती उम्र के साथ हम देखते हैं कि जो हमारे बुजुर्ग हैं वो खुद बच्चे बन जाते हैं। किसी वक्त बेफुजुल की उनकी जिद होती है, मतलब ही नहीं होगा लेकिन चिड़चिड़ करने लगते हैं। तो वो सब हमें समझना चाहिए। हमारे पेशेंस लेवल बहुत ज्यादा होने चाहिए जहां तक उनका सवाल है। और जिस तरह से हम एक छोटे बच्चों का ध्यान देते हैं, उनका ख्याल रखते हैं कि उनकी जिद हो, उनका बेफुजुल का चिड़चिड़पन हो, वो सब हम कैसे नजरअंदाज करते हैं, किस तरह से उनको प्यार से समझाते हैं, उसी तरह से हमें हमारे बुजुर्गों के साथ एक बर्ताव रखना चाहिए, उनको समझना चाहिए।
Khushbu, in terms of that sense of isolation which a lot of senior citizens would be facing, particularly now during this COVID situation, their emotional well-being, particularly those who may have lost a spouse, is that something that we need to think about actively much more? That there may be an elderly person, an elderly gentleman or an elderly lady living alone in a house in the middle of COVID, their mental and their emotional well-being, we don't think about it twice.
Exactly. I think it's very important that, with the corona or the COVID-19, there is a stigma which comes along with it, unfortunately. We do not understand that there is somebody who is living alone, probably a neighbors, probably just next to after that. And we don't understand that they need a lot of emotional help this time. This is not the time where you allow them to be isolated. So, the stigma which comes along with COVID-19, that keeps us away from them. We do not want to speak to them. We do not want to find out how they are doing, or 2 words of a lot of solace and comfort. We don't share it with them. I think it becomes very important that we identify people who probably live alone in our street, probably four doors away or the next door, which we have never known. I think it's very important that you make everyone feel that they are taken care of. There are people who are concerned about them. There are who actually, share a few words with them.
Sure. And just those few words make such a difference. Khushbu, thank you so much for sharing those thoughts with us. And at this stage, we'd also like to tell our viewers that Ms. Rumana Hamid has pledged 10 lakh rupees in her personal capacity for the cause. Thank you very much. She is also the managing trustee of the Cipla Foundation. It's wonderful that she's been able to do this. Just a word of thanks for her. Thank you very much indeed. Nidhi?
और आइए आगे बढ़ते हैं। हमारे साथ सोनाली शर्मा है, हेड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशंस हेल्पेज इंडिया की। सोनाली, आज का ये दौर ऐसा है कि सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग हो, सोशल डिस्कनेक्ट ना हो। जो हमारे बुजुर्ग हैं उनके साथ हम फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग रखें। सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग एक तरह से इसके मायने अलग है कि उनसे किसी प्रकार जुड़े रहें। ज़मीन पे आप लोग क्या पा रहे हैं, किस तरह से अगर हम शहरों की बात कर रहे हैं तो फिर भी फ़ोन से, मोबाइल से बात कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हमारे जो ग्रामीण भारत में महिलाएं रह रही हैं या जो बुजुर्ग रह रहे हैं, क्या पाया है आपने, क्या वहाँ पे बदलाव आया है कोरोना के इस दौर में?
देखिए, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग एक ऐसी चीज़ है, टेक्निकली अगर देखा जाए तो ये फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग है जिसको सबको फॉलो करना है। सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग से एक तो ये मैसेज जा रहा है कि आप एक दूसरे से दूर रहिए, दूसरे से डिस्कनेक्ट करिए। हम ये मैसेज देना चाहते हैं सबको कि आप सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बेशक रखिए पर सोशल डिस्कनेक्ट मत करिए। जहां तक रूरल इंडिया का सवाल है, वहां पे जो कॉन्सेप्ट है सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का इतना डीपली अंडरस्टूड नहीं है। जब हमारे लोग वहां जाते हैं, हमारी एम्बुलेंस, हमारी मोबाइल हेल्थ केयर यूनिट जाती है, वहां पे बहुत मुश्किल होता है वहां के जो बस्ती के लोग होते हैं या गांव के लोग होते हैं उनको सोशली डिस्टेंस रखना। सब भागे आते हैं क्योंकि रिलीफ आया होता है, राशन की गाड़ी आई होती है, तो सब भाग के आते हैं। तो जब नीड इतनी स्ट्रांग होती है ग्राउंड लेवल पे, रूरल और अर्बन इंडिया में बहुत डिफरेंस है जहाँ पे सोशल डिस्टेंस की अंडरस्टैंडिंग है। रूरल इंडिया में या फिर अगर आप स्लम्स में देखेंगे, अर्बन स्लम्स में, वहां पे सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन करना बहुत मुश्किल है। हमारे जो वॉलंटियर्स और वर्कर्स होते हैं उनको एक्चुअली फिजिकली उनको बोलना पड़ता है कि आप थोड़ा दूर रहिए, अनआर्म डिस्टेंस रखिए। अर्बन इंडिया इज अ डिफरेंट बॉल गेम, क्योंकि वहां पे व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू टेल पीपल इज दैट वी अंडरस्टैंड एंड वन हैज टू गो बाय दैट। बट लॉकडाउन के अंदर ऑल्सो यू कैन डू समथिंग वेरी पॉजिटिव। I think most of the speakers have talked about depression, talked about loneliness. I think this is a very good time for older people who have their grandchildren living with them or have their adult children living with them, for them to spend time. And one of the things that we have been, showcasing is urging younger people to teach older people how to use technology, how to use smartphones. This is the
point,
time when बिजली के बिल पे करने के लिए आपको बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप ऑनलाइन कर सकते हैं. आपको अगर आपको स्काइप करना है या आपको व्हाट्सएप करना है, आप वीडियो के थ्रू आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. It's a very good time to connect with the person at home. Teach them something which will be useful for them even after the lockdown is over.
No, Sonali, I think that message is very well taken
times.
in terms of helping senior citizens with technology, particularly at a time like this. Madhu Madan is the country head of resource mobilization at HelpAge India. Madhu, one of the points which you really wanted to focus on and is that spirit of giving which we have in our society. We are a generous people. How is it critical that at a time like this, people contribute for senior citizens?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Can you tell us, can you hear me firstly? All right, super. Can you share your thoughts about the importance of a spirit of giving for senior citizens, particularly at a time like this?
So, I would go back to what I saw when I was growing up. Our family, my parents' family moved here from partition. Growing up, we always saw our parents, grandparents giving. So giving was a way of life. My nani in her 70s personally supervised and built 2 dharamshalas in Simla. My mother and mother-in-law were both donors of HelpAge India. So I think somewhere we are people who have, climbed on the basis and the foundation that were made by our parents. I mean, because they gave us the life that we have, we were able to build on it. And I think it's very, very important, therefore, that, we give back to those whose hands we held and we came to where we are. And, my father used to always say that you're blessed if your hands are like this, where you're in a position to give. So I think it's so important that those who are able to give to those who can. And I think in this COVID situation, we are seeing the crisis, and I think we're all realizing, that life is, there's not very much you need to live your life. It's the lifestyle that costs a lot, the lifestyle that is expensive. But I think, in the worst of times, we see the best of things. And a lot of people are coming forward, to help those, because you realize how little others have and how lucky we are. So I think those watching this show are indeed blessed. And I think the spirit of giving has come through in this time. We are seeing a lot of people giving. I've had calls as, in the fundraising area where people have called up and say, how can we give? How can we do more? I've had friends who've said, I feel so bad that I can't do more than this. So people are really, really coming forth. And I think that's what's important, is that it has brought out the best of human beings. It's brought out the best of what we have. And that's what people give. Yeah.
जी, सही बात आपने कही कि जितना दे सके कम ही होगा इस समय में. आइए आगे बढ़ते हैं. इम्तियाज अहमद, कोऑर्डिनेटर हेल्पेज हेल्पलाइन हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं. इम्तियाज जी, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, तमाम कॉल्स आप रिसीव करते हैं, परेशान में होते हैं जो हमारे बुजुर्ग होते हैं, क्या क्या कहते हैं वो फोन में आपसे?
निधि जी, पहले तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपको और एनडीटीवी टीम को टू टेक अप दिस सच ए genuine and much needed cause. So first of all, thanks to all of you. From the helpline, what we have seen, and especially after the lockdown, the number of calls has gone up 3 to 4 times. तो ये कॉल जो है काफी बढ़ गए हैं. और ये कॉल पहले जो था काफी पेक्यूलियर था कि हम लोग ज्यादातर कॉल जो है वो आता था मिडिल क्लास एल्डरली जो गाँव शहर में रहते हैं और उनके पास उनके बच्चे नहीं है तो कुछ सपोर्ट है. बट इन द लॉकडाउन व्हाट हैज हैपेंड इज दैट कि द कॉल फ्रॉम द पुअर elderly has all gone up. So now this elderly are belonging to 2 categories. These are the elderly who have not been able to cross the border. They wanted to go home, or their family has just abandoned them because the family started working. So these are all abandoned elderly, and some of them have stayed back with the family. Now this is a lot which is now started calling up and now want ration from us. साधन चाहिए इनको घर तक पहुंचने के लिए, इनको मेडिकेशन चाहिए आ रहे हैं. तो अर्बन एल्डरली में भी काफी नीड्स उभर के आ रहे हैं जो काफ़ी अर्बन एल्डरली लोनली हैं क्योंकि उनके बच्चे उनके पास नहीं हैं, दूसरे सिटीज़ में काम करते हैं और फॉर लाइवलीहुड और फॉरेन कंट्रीज़ में भी हैं, तो ये लोग अकेले हैं। तो उनका जो सपोर्ट सिस्टम था, जैसे कि कोई सर्वेंट हो गया, कोई केयर गिवर हो गया, वो सारा ऑल ऑफ दैट हैज़ डिसअपीयर्ड। नाउ व्हाट हैज़ हैपेंड इज दिस पीपल आर बेसिकली ऑल ऑन देयर ओन, और बहुत सारी जगह पे हमारे पास कॉल आता है कि 2 दिन से उन्होंने खाया नहीं है क्योंकि राशन खत्म हो गया। दे आर एबल टू पे बट नोबडी इज देयर टू प्रोवाइड देम। तो हमारा एक बहुत अच्छा नेटवर्क है वॉलंटियर का, और एक covidsos.org करके है पोर्टल जो एक्स दिल्ली IIT बच्चों ने हमारे साथ मिलकर बनाया। तो द एल्डरली कैन रजिस्टर फॉर देयर नीड, द वॉलंटियर्स कैन आल्सो रजिस्टर, एंड दिस इज अ वेरी गुड पोर्टल। और हमने देखा है कि इतना सफरिंग्स हो रहा है ऑन द ग्राउंड, एंड इफ आई हैव टू जस्ट गिव यू फ्यू एग्जांपल, एक केसेस में हम लोग एक स्लम में गए जहां पे पता चला
Imtiaz, I'm just going to interrupt you for a moment because there's this important message which we've got as well.
We've got a message, Vishnu, from Karan Johar. Karan Johar, of course, is the biggest figure, in my opinion, in the film industry in India, and a person with great involvement in society, and he's got a very special message for all of us. Let's hear what Karan Johar has to say.
Hi Pranay, hope you're doing well and staying safe. I'm really, really happy that you're doing a show called Save Our Elders. It's what I believe in. I made a film which had a tagline that said that it's all about loving your parents. So obviously my emotional ethos is definitely in that direction. And I can't think of a better person than you, whose EQ is so high, to do a show like the one that you're doing. And I wish you all the best and give you lots and lots of love always. For me, my training as an individual has always been that, for me, I don't need to kind of put an effort into nurturing my relationship with my mother or any elder for that matter. It's what I've been raised to be by my father, by my mother, by the elders in the family. That's who I've been raised to be, is that the people who raise you and nurture you, there comes a time where they will be weak, they will be vulnerable, emotionally and physically, and you, who they have raised and given all their love and energy to, you have to be there for them. And that is something that I don't even take a second thought to, it doesn't even cross my mind that I have to make an effort to do it. It's an organic reaction. It's a natural reaction in my DNA. And I just wish that everybody has the same reaction. Because when I see an older person, perhaps an older person who's incapacitated or somebody who's vulnerable for whatever reason, it's my instinct to reach out. It's not something that I have to put an effort into. But I see there are people who don't have that same instinct. And I think that when we go through a global pandemic such as what we are going through, it makes us realize that we have to be there for our community in more ways than we've ever been. And just thinking about, we've all had collapsing economies within our office structure and work structure. We've had a really bad time with what's going on. It's going to impact us monetarily. It's going to impact us business-wise. But I've always felt that you cannot make this about yourself. It has to be about the larger picture. It has to be about the community. I can't just sit and say, "Meri film release nahi ho sakti, meri film ki shooting kab hogi." If I keep saying these things, I feel very small. And I feel like we're one tiny spectacle in the larger universe of crisis, and we have to understand that there are many more millions of lives that have been severely impacted, and we cannot make this crisis about ourselves. We just can't, we should not.
Really, I just absolutely agree with every word you're saying, and it just, the whole theme of what you're saying reminds me of that line which I'm sure you automatically tell our seniors, that you will never walk alone. Thank you very much for joining us, Karan Johar. Vishnu?
You will never walk alone, and yet in this country, Pranoy, I was just in fact going to ask Sivamani, the well-known percussionist who joins us now, the same question. Just over 2 crores are destitute, they're homeless, or they've been deserted by their families. In as much as we would want people to always have support, sadly that's just not the case. Is that one of your biggest concerns, Shivamani, that there are so many elderly who are homeless or deserted, more than 2 crores in our country?
Yeah, we need to support for elder, senior citizen, and this is our prime thing. What, Runa, my wife?
Namaskar. Yes, absolutely. I think this is a very tasking and difficult time for all of us, and the elderly parents, all the elderly people who have taken care of their young ones for all their lives. This is the time that we all need to stand by them and really take care of them.
So what is your message for people who may be watching this movie, either one of you, in terms of reaching out, that spirit of sharing, of giving, so that these funds can actually make a difference in the lives of so many? What is your message to our viewers?
Your message.
Well, please give all your support and all the funds to share to support the elderly, because it is not about it is about social distancing, not breaking the cycle.
बिल्कुल, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप जुड़ी हमारे साथ। शिवमणि, आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और अब कार्तिक आर्यन हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। कार्तिक, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आप हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, समय दे रहे हैं, और जो ये अहम हमारी मुहिम है कि हमें अपने बुजुर्गों का ध्यान रखना है। आप लोग जो कहते हैं वो एक हमारी पूरी युवा पीढ़ी जानती है, समझती है, उसको फॉलो करती है। आप लोग इंस्पायर करते हैं। क्या आज कहना चाहेंगे आप इस मुहिम के मुतालिक?
जी, पहली बात तो मैं मतलब ये जो आपकी मुहिम है और हम सबकी इनफैक्ट मुहिम है, मैं बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि ऐसी चीज़ें हो रही हैं हमारे देश में। एंड स्पेसिफिकली इंडिया की बात की जाए तो जिस तरीके से ये जो हम एल्डरली की बात कर, एल्डर लोगों की बात कर रहे हैं, या फिर जो बुजुर्ग लोग हैं, वो उनमें हमने अभी तक ये देखा है, ये पूरी तरह प्रूवन नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी लॉजिक के हिसाब से कोविड-19 या कोरोना, इम्यूनिटी जिनकी कम होती है या फिर जिनकी एज ज़्यादा है, उनमें ज़्यादा फैलने के चांसेस हैं, उनमें ज़्यादा होने के चांसेस हैं। तो लेट्स नॉट बी स्टूपिड, लेट्स नॉट बी, थोड़ा हमें उनका ख्याल रखना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। इनफैक्ट मैं मेरे मम्मी पापा को कहीं बाहर नहीं जाने देता, या अपनी फैमिली मेम्बर्स में सबसे ज़्यादा काम जो यंगर लोग हैं वही लोग करते हैं। तो ये मुहिम बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि हम लोग उनका ख्याल रखें। हम लोग ऐसी कंट्री में हैं जिस कंट्री में यंग जनरेशन बहुत है, लेकिन ओल्ड जो हमारे एल्डरली हैं उनकी हम इज्जत करते हैं। और ये एक बहुत अच्छी बात है एक इंडिया की, एक हमारे देश की, जिसमें हम उनके साथ रहते हैं, उनकी इज्जत करते हैं और उनका ख्याल रखना हमारे लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ हम मानते हैं। तो ये एक और आई थिंक ये कहीं ना कहीं ये कोरोना के टाइम पे, इस लॉकडाउन के पीरियड में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है। इनफैक्ट मैं अभी आज पढ़ रहा था, अगर आपने लंदन में देखा हो तो कोविडेट्स करके कुछ लोगों को बुलाया जा रहा है, बिकॉज वहाँ पे कुछ लोग हैं जो जानबूझ के पार्टीज कर रहे हैं। ये लंदन इंग्लैंड की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, जहाँ पे लोग पार्टीज कर रहे हैं, जानबूझ के कोरोना के एंटी जा रहे हैं, जो रूल्स गवर्नमेंट ने लागू किए हैं वहाँ पे, जानबूझ के कर रहे हैं ताकि ये चीज के एंटी वो जा पाए। हमें ये सब चीजें, हमें उनकी तरह स्टूपिड नहीं होना, हमें इतना, इसीलिए वो कोविडेट्स कहते हैं उनको। और ये बहुत ही गलत बात है जो वो लोग कह रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से
Can you just sorry to interrupt, this is Pranoy here. A couple of things. One is, yes, people listen to you, and just to remind everybody and thank everybody that their donations are really important. You have donated in the past for our seniors, and we've created in Tamil Nadu the most beautiful old people's home. I've been there, and it really has made a huge difference to our lives, and that the viewers, it's all because of you, and in fact also a health center in Uttarakhand. So it's very important. But from you, Karthik, I just wanted to, any stories that you remember from your childhood about your elders and your seniors, and that have inspired you in life, and that you'll never let them walk alone?
I think, sir, because I have lived away from my parents for many years. They were in Gwalior and I have been in Bombay, Mumbai. तो जब, because मैं इतना दूर रहा हूँ, और अब जो लॉकडाउन के चलते मैं अपने पेरेंट्स और सब उनके साथ रह रहा हूँ, मम्मी पापा के साथ रह रहा हूँ, माई सिस्टर इज ऑल्सो विथ मी। अलग अलग सिटीज में हम लोग थे पहले, और अभी फाइनली हम लोग साथ रह रहे हैं। लॉकडाउन के टाइम हम साथ हैं, एंड थैंकफुली हम लोग साथ हैं। बट ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं जो अलग अलग सिटीज में फंस गए हैं, जो अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ नहीं है, या फिर अपने लव वंस के साथ नहीं है, या एल्डरली अलग रह रहे हैं और यंगर वंस अलग रह रहे हैं। आई थिंक तो मुझे पता है कि व्हाट इट फील्स लाइक व्हेन योर पेरेंट्स आर अवे, एंड उनको जरा सा जुकाम भी हो जाए तो आपके दिमाग में क्या चलता है। एंड I mean, the culture in our country is to work hard all our lives and then enjoy whatever little bit after retirement, you know. So we don't take 3 holidays a year like the first world countries. So it's all the more our responsibility to take care of or of all the senior citizens, you know. And मतलब मैं बस शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि मैं उनके साथ अभी रह पा रहा हूँ. But if I would have been, you know, distant, वो किसी और शहर, वो शायद ग्वालियर में होते, मैं मुंबई में होता, I couldn't have, I don't know मेरा क्या मुझ पे बीत रही होती. And I really request everyone कि वो लोग भी जितना ख्याल रख सकते हैं अपने पेरेंट्स का या एल्डर्स का, बिल्कुल रखना चाहिए.
You know, there's some good news over here, Karthik, news that just come in, and you'd like to hear this before I go across to Arunanda. HSBC has donated 30 lakhs for this cause of protecting our senior citizens. Isn't that absolutely wonderful? 30 lakh rupees, they've made that commitment, and others have made this commitment as well. Arun Nanda, who's a board member of HelpAge India, let me quickly get a quick reaction from you on just this one point. HSBC donating 30 lakhs. People are coming into this program, they're listening to what we are saying, and they are contributing. This is the spirit which we need. Mr. Nanda, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you give us your reactions, your feeling, your sentiment to people contributing as HSBC has done with 30 lakhs for this program?
My first feeling is a feeling of gratitude, and one of the things that I am hoping this COVID will do is make Indians better givers. I think we'll be better givers. We are understanding the needs of the other people, but I am grateful to the people who contributed this 30 odd lakhs so far.
Or Mr. Nanda, another key point, what this fund money will be used for. You know, in this entire project, and perhaps you can share your thoughts on this, there's a lot of common sense involved. Survival kits for senior citizens, protective hygiene kits, free medicines, support to rural elder self-help groups. How is this entire campaign that we are talking about here now essentially based on basic needs and common sense?
See, look, there is a physical need and there's an emotional need. All that you mentioned were more on the physical side. People need food, people need help, people need clothing. But as your topic correctly says, that there is a difference between people want social distancing, but they don't want a social disconnect. And what I am hoping is that your program will bring awareness amongst the younger people who will go and connect with their neighbors, their friends, their mothers, their aunts, their teachers. And from my little experience, because we run community centers for senior citizens, gone are the days when a 70-year-old used to think he's retired and he has nothing to do. They are looking for what I call second innings of their life. They want to fulfill the dreams which they could not fulfill when they were burdened with their obligations, whether it was to the family or whether it was to the children or the job or other thing. And now is the time to live what I call as second innings of their life. And for that, we have to provide them an opportunity to interact with like-minded people.
I just wanted to take on something that you mentioned about the generosity of Indians. Generally, we have found that Indians are extremely generous when they know the money that they're donating is going to be used for something they can rely on and not just part of some huge pool that gets frittered away. So when it's something like HelpAge, people do come forward because they've seen what you've done with their money, with the viewers' money, the home in Tamil Nadu and the earthquake, the HelpAge Center after the Uttarakhand earthquake. So I think there is deep down generosity, but they don't want to give it unless they're sure that it's going to be used properly. And that's one big plus that HelpAge has.
You know, you correctly put it. You know, we have to touch people, we have to touch their hearts, and they should have the confidence that what their hard-earned money will be used for the purpose for which they are giving. And that is the biggest achievement Matthew Cherian and his team have done in HelpAge. that people believe in us, people want to contribute to us because they know that it's an organization which is not only well-meaning but efficient and delivers what it promises.
मिस्टर नंदा, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि आप जुड़े और आपने अपनी जो तमाम बातें हमसे साझा की। अब सीधे आपको एक वीडियो दिखाते हैं। वो वायरल हुआ था पंजाब में, किस तरह से पुलिस वाले एक बुजुर्ग के यहाँ एक केक लेके गए थे, उनका जन्मदिन था। आइए पहले वो वीडियो को देखते हैं।
पूरी है, मैं अकेला रहता हूँ, सीनियर सिटीजन हूँ, सुन लिख लो।
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear sir, happy birthday to you. लो सर, केक काटिए।
अब मैं आपको क्या ऑफर करूँ? मेरे बच्चे बाहर रहते हैं, मैं क्या बना
कोई बात ना अंकल जी, कोई बात नहीं।
Thank you, you made my day.
तो हम देख सकते हैं इनकी खुशी का ठिकाना नहीं था कि इनके आंसू निकल आए। विशाल निझावन हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, जिन्होंने केक मिस्टर पुरी को भेजा था पंजाब पुलिस के साथ। विशाल, कैसे आपने सोचा कि आपको ये केक भेजना है, वो भी कोरोना के समय में, और पुलिस मदद भी करेगी?
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for having me on the show. So basically, ma'am, it was 26th April when I made the tweet to the Panchkula police precisely, and उस वक्त यही था ख्याल मन में कि कैसे मैं करण अंकल को खुश कर सकता हूँ, and I can make his birthday a special day. And I was fortunate enough that the Panchkula police actually made it one of his most amazing birthdays.
And so the police were very happy to respond. They said yes, absolutely. So that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely great. Actually, I would like to tell that I made a tweet on 26th April evening, and the birthday was on 28th April. So there was a gap of 2 days. So I was a bit doubtful on the fact that there were 2 days, and since the corona lockdown is going on, so how would they manage it all? But to my surprise, and I guess I was fortunate enough, and it went on amazingly, and it was Karan uncle's best birthday ever.
It would have been. Thank you so much for actually thinking about him, reaching out to the police. That worked out very well indeed. Well, Amey Gupta is a 16-year-old student from Bangalore who's collected more than 50,000 rupees for the cause of elders. Amey, thank you very much for being part of this program. When did you decide that you wanted to make a difference in the lives of senior citizens?
So when I first heard that the risk rate for people above 80 was a high percentage of 14.8, I immediately thought of both my grandmothers. And I researched on organizations that specifically helped elders. And that's when I stumbled across Helpage India. The work that they were doing inspired me and motivated me to help them raise funds. I was upset that even though elderlies are at a higher risk, they're still receiving less attention. All over the world, hospitals are giving preference to younger people for ventilators and treatment. The situation is a lot worse for underprivileged elders. They cannot work anymore, and the support that they were getting from their children is limited due to COVID-19. Helpage India's Survivor Kit increase elderly's chances of staying safe and healthy. I urge everyone to open their hearts in this desperate time and think of these elders as their own family. We have to help India stay strong and safe. We need to help elderlies get through this difficult situation. For only 1,450 rupees, you can help an elder make it through COVID. Please donate as much as possible to help our elderlies.
Thank you very much, Amey. That's absolutely amazing. Nidhi, think about it. A 16-year-old boy who's done so much to raise money, 50,000 rupees.
It's a lot
That's
of money.
wonderful,
It's a lot
absolutely.
of money. Thank you so much. Now we have Ravi Babu. He's an actor, director and producer in the Telugu and Tamil film industry. Mr. Babu, thank you so much for joining NDTV and this entire campaign. I wanted to ask you, and I wanted to understand, since you're all directors, going through the societal changes that are happening in our society, there is this figure that I have that in urban India, 25% of elders face abuse at the hands of their children. How do you see this figure? How do you see this statistic?
Oh, it is very sad. I've heard of a saying that first the elders take care of the children and then the children take care of the elders. Very true in our country, I thought. But I have heard of instances where elders are abused and not taken care of in the way they are supposed to be taken care of. Yes, it is very sad.
Yeah. Mr. Babu, India is home to 1 out of every 10 senior citizens in the world, and during this campaign and during this talk show, we have been just seeing that how our elderly are alone in a way and they're last in the line. How in these corona times one can stand with them and support them and take them along with us?
Can I make an example and talk about this?
Yes, of
because
course.
I'm a part of a WhatsApp group of my classmates, and one of my friends shared on the group a very sad incident. He lives in a high-rise, in a typical high-rise in Mumbai, and he came to know that a 80-year-old woman was sick in the building, and she lives alone. So he went about with a good heart of his, and he asked around for other people in the building to come and help her because she was sick. And everyone refused. But he still went ahead and tried to find some contacts for her and managed to trace some cousins of hers. They came over and they tried calling doctors. They called about 10 doctors and not a single doctor was prepared to come for a home visit. And finally, they got hold of one doctor and he also came in very gingerly, stayed at a distance and looked her over, and he said that she had to be admitted in a hospital. And they tried to get her into a lot of hospitals and most hospitals refused. And finally, I think the Reliance Hospital told them to bring her and it would be at the discretion of the RMO to admit her or not. But finally, they admitted her. But my friend, he just started getting dirty looks from everyone in the building because he was in contact with this old lady whom he tried to help. And it was like hell for him for the next 3-4 days till that lady got discharged and came back home, and she was declared COVID free. So my point is that I heard this is actually not my saying, but a friend of mine, that in this time, I think we should get socially closer and just maintain a physical distance, nothing more.
मिस्टर बाबू, आप जुड़े, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। वाकई में जो हमारे डॉक्टर्स हैं, पुलिसमैन हैं, हमारे पायलट्स हैं, इनके साथ भी ऐसी जानकारियाँ और तस्वीरें आती हैं कि इनसे लोग थोड़ा सा डिस्टेंस या भेदभाव करते हैं या उनका व्यवहार गलत है। और इस समय जो कोरोना वॉरियर्स हैं उनके साथ हमें बने रहना है। और एक हमारे साथ डॉक्टर AB डे, हेड डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ जीरियाट्रिक मेडिसिन, ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज, देश का सबसे बड़ा अस्पताल हम कह सकते हैं, हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। मिस्टर डे, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद जुड़ने के लिए। सर, जीरियाट्रिक केयर पे इतनी रिसर्च होती है लेकिन फिर भी पाया गया है कि तमाम रिसर्च के बावजूद जो हमारे बुजुर्ग हैं उनके लिए बहुत कुछ किया जाना अभी बाकी है। लॉट नीड्स टू बी डन। क्या आपके सोच विचार आज?
कोविड के बाद, कोविड से पहले भी समस्याएं तो थी ही, अब कोविड के बाद और भी समस्याएं बढ़ने वाली हैं। समस्या इस करके है कि हम ओल्ड एज के साइंस को थोड़ा कम ही समझते हैं और जब उसके साथ कोविड जुड़ेगी तो फिर और मुश्किलें बढ़ेगी। एक तो ये मान के चलें कि जैसे हमारे देश में 10% हैं 60+ और अबाउट 2% 80+। अगर 2% 80+, if we find that, then the risk of having a big number that we see from Europe in terms of case fatality and death will be unlikely. And in our country also, we do not have any long-term care facility in big numbers. And there was a social justice ministry affidavit which said that only 30,000 people live in old age homes. That's a bit of a understatement. I think maybe about 60-70,000 people may be there. So एक तो हमारे यहाँ कम चांस है कि क्लस्टर में लोगों को इन्फेक्शन हो जाए, एंड if we put into that the disadvantages that the older people suffer, multiple disease, multiple disability, healthcare access limited.
Dr.
So
Dey, let me just ask you a quick question on COVID and the elderly. In terms of cases that you're getting at the All India Institute of senior citizens with comorbidities, what are some of the trends that you're noticing? How are those who are older with comorbidities much more vulnerable?
Comorbidities make older people vulnerable to all acute problems, whether COVID or non-COVID. So that's what was seen all over the world, that older people with comorbidities, especially with cardiovascular disease and respiratory disease, they fare very badly. We did some analysis to see in non-COVID situation what happens. So people who are very frail is not here an English word but a clinical entity, they are going to fare badly with COVID, and even in a non-COVID situation also in acute care, frail patients are not doing pretty well. So we expect that when we get large number of older patients, God forbid that doesn't happen, with COVID and underlying illnesses like cardiorespiratory disease, diabetes, organ failure, things will be difficult, and I dread to see the scenario where there are a lot of people in my clients requiring intensive care or mechanical ventilation, because our experience globally as well as our non-COVID experience is not very great.
All right, Dr. Dey, thank you so much for joining us and sharing those thoughts with us. Thank you very much indeed. Nidhi?
बिल्कुल, और सुलक्षणा मोबाइल हेल्थ केयर यूनिट की देखते हैं कि ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं.
मेंटल जो आता है ना गैस कंपनी का, घर में जाके मैं सिलाई करती मैं बहुत साल से मैंने उधर वो सिलाई किया, और बाद में क्या मेरी उम्र हो गई, इसके लिए भी आंखों से दिखने में नहीं लगा, आंखों का ऑपरेशन हो गया, जब भी अभी मैं चश्मा लगाती हूँ. तो ये गुर्गा जो है ना मेरा दर्द करता है, पाँव भी मेरा दर्द करता है, इसके लिए ना कैल्शियम का कम है ना, इसके लिए मैं कैल्शियम का गोली लेती हूँ. और सरकारी हॉस्पिटल में जाएगा तो आने जाने में खर्चा है, और लेके कौन जाएगा.
Well, we continue to bring you various voices of individuals. Let's listen into what Kalabai Harichandra Kedare has to say. She's 65 years old. She works in the home of someone, in fact, a couple of people. These are her thoughts at this time.
मैं 4 घर में बर्तन का काम करती है, मेरे से काम नहीं होता है, उठाना दुखता है, क्या करेगा, कोई देने वाले नहीं है, मेरा कोई है ही नहीं इधर कमाने वाले, बाल बच्चे नहीं है मेरे को, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं तो मैं कैसे जाएगी हॉस्पिटल.
Well, we are joined now by Sushant Das. She's the president of Beverages of India and Middle East, and also of Tata Consumer Products. Thanks very much, Mr. Dash, for being with us. What is your message to those who may be seeing this, the importance of actually contributing, of reaching out and helping seniors? What role do you feel that corporate should have at a time like this?
Thank you first for having me on the show. As you know, in Tata Consumer Products, for our brand Tata Tea, we run a cause-related program called as Jagore, which we have been running for more than 13 years now, where we encourage people to participate and do things for the welfare of the society at large. And we as a brand try to help them in this. During this COVID situation, we actually thought that it is an opportune time for us to participate and to do something for the elderly. And the main reason that we thought of taking up and doing something for the elderly was all the studies that we did, and even in terms of the advisory that WHO had pulled out and health experts, everyone is very clear that one of the more vulnerable group are the elderly. And it is not just about the vulnerability because of the lower immune system, but it is also about the psychological part of it. It is not just the physical part, but also the mental part. And hence, we thought it is very important that we try and create awareness, that we try and create a bit of awareness amongst the youth primarily, so that they can go out and help the elderly to the extent that they can. And we also, as a brand and as a corporate, are trying to do all we can for this group of people.
Right. One thing I must say, Sandash, is that we are just absolutely in awe of the Tata Group and the amount that you're doing at this time. I know how much you're doing, the entire group, and including your company as well. And you just keep a very low key about it, and it's just wonderful. It is inspirational. And the fact that you've chosen in your company to focus a little more on the elderly, is there something in your life that you were rewarded, that you gained a lot from your seniors, that have made you emotional about this?
You know, you always are emotional when it comes to your senior, and I think at least in my case, it's a bit personal. I have my mom, who is quite elderly. She stays alone back home in Orissa. So I think one sees in daily life as to how they need that touch. You need to speak to them. They need more than, you know, and as we keep saying, this is not so much about social distancing, it's physical distancing, but at this time, you need to be as close to the elders as possible. So yes, that is one part, but I think there are large parts of them which also require help in terms of the material benefits, and I think that is where this whole program comes in, that is where the donations comes in, that is where HelpAge comes in terms of also helping people who require medicines, who require food, and that is where we have also tied up with HelpAge to distribute food kits. More than 5,000 food kits we are distributing this month, sending out around 5,000 breakfasts over the last 2 to 3 weeks from our Tata Cha outlets. So we need to look at it from both angles.
Yeah, wonderful. And I know you're not very keen on me saying this, but thank you very much for the donation. We're not mentioning the amount because you didn't want that, but thank you very, very much indeed.
Thank you again. Thank you.
थैंक यू। और अब कीर्ति खरबंदा हमारे साथ अभिनेत्री मौजूद हैं। कन्नड़ा, हिंदी, पंजाबी फिल्म में इन्होंने एक्ट किया है। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कीर्ति। आपसे आपके अनुभव साझा करना चाहूँगी। जो बुजुर्ग आपके आसपास हैं, आपके पेरेंट्स, ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स भी हो सकते हैं, किस तरह से ध्यान रख रही हैं, ज़रा बताइए आप।
नमस्ते, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हैविंग मी। पहली मैं बस एक बात बोल दूं, मैं कृति हूँ, मैं कीर्ति नहीं हूँ। A lot of people get my name wrong.
I'm sorry.
But no, that's all right. Absolutely fine. मेरे दादा दादी नाना नानी रहे नहीं, but जब वो थे, I was very very close to them. हमारे घर में एक joint family के जैसे हम लोग हमेशा रहे हैं, तो मेरे लिए बहुत normal था। आज जिस बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं ना, हम बेसिकली दूसरों से ये अपील कर रहे हैं कि वो इंसानों के जैसे बिहेव करें। एंड इट्स रियली अनफॉर्चुनेट कि हमें ये करना पड़ रहा है कि लोगों को बताना पड़ रहा है कि किसको किस चीज की कब जरूरत है। द ओल्डर जनरेशन इन आवर कंट्री अभी इतना सफर कर रही है, चाहे वो खाने पीने की चीजें क्यों ना हो, चाहे वो काम की दिक्कत क्यों ना हो, इस उम्र में आके भी उनको 2 वक्त की रोटी के लिए बहुत मजदूरी करनी पड़ती है। एंड आई थिंक दैट्स रियली अनफेयर। A lot of people take their families for granted कि हाँ ठीक है, माँ बाप हैं, उन्होंने पूरी जिंदगी हमारा ध्यान रखा है, तो फिर बाकी सब तो चलता ही रहेगा, वो अपना ध्यान अब रख लेंगे। लेकिन आई थिंक वो एटीट्यूड ही गलत है। अगर इसको सिंप्लीफाई करना हो तो एक बहुत सिंपल सी बात है। मैं जब भी अपने दादा दादी के साथ इंटरेक्ट करती थी, मुझे ऐसे लगता था कि मैं 2 बच्चों से बातें कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि आई थिंक उन्होंने मुझे दिखाया कि बचपना कभी भी नहीं जाता। सो आई थिंक इफ एवरीवन कैन कलेक्टिवली बस अपना ध्यान लगाएं इस बात पे कि इंसान की उम्र चाहे जो भी हो जाए, चाहे वो कितने भी बड़े हो जाए, चाहे वो कितने भी छोटे हों, प्यार की जरूरत सबको पड़ती है। एंड आई थिंक दैट्स समथिंग वी लैक।
Kriti, just sorry to interrupt, just to let us, in your life, your parents, how kind of critical have they, crucial have they been in your development? And you know, this is the time to let them and other seniors also know that your life would not have been what it is without them.
Absolutely, I wouldn't have come into this world if it wasn't for them. Today, I owe my existence just like every other human being owes their existence to their parents. It is so important, especially at this time, to make sure that they feel protected. They feel that they have, they're going to be taken care of. And I wish I could be with my parents right now. I really do. This is the longest that I've been away from them, and it's been very, very difficult. But I also realized that they need it, I think, more than I do, because we as human beings have learned to compromise our love towards other people at a certain age. But parents ka aisa hota hai, chahe umar jo bhi ho, their love for you is never compromised. So I think it's very important for them to know that it's a two-way streak. And it's important to not take your parents for granted.
Sure, they know that. And
today I am what I am because of them.
Together. You are still actually together. Thank you very much, Kriti. Very moving. Thank you.
Pleasure's all mine.
Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're joined now by Rajeshwar Devarakonda. He's the head of emergencies at HelpAge India. Mr. Devarakonda, how important is it for seniors to actually be helping themselves? Elder self-help groups, how have these been in many cases very, very effective?
Firstly, namaskar, pranam, and thanks Dr. Prannoy and Vishnu and NDTV team. This is the third emergency that you are working with us. We are very grateful to you. Like we have heard, we are sitting on nearly about 16 crore elderly in India. Now, of this, about 73% are in the rural areas, and that's where the elder self-help groups come in. These rural elderly coming from unorganized sector don't have any social security of their own, and you have heard that only 30% of all elderly get pensions. So they either have to survive by themselves for working on livelihood, or dependent on the same migrant children that we have seen over the news that we have seen on all channels, or depend on their pensions. Now it is at this point of time that HelpAge India has decided to bring all these elders together and inculcate the habit of savings and credit in these groups. So currently, thanks to the support that we have received from corporates, some foundations, corporates like NSC Foundation, HSBC, others, we started forming, and currently we are nearly about 6,000 elder self-help groups across the country. The important point I have to cut to the chase, when it came to COVID-19, having realized that the elderly are the most vulnerable.
Yeah,
I think the elder self-help groups have really outperformed themselves. They took out all their savings, they gave it to all the destitute elderly who are in requirement of food and medicines, etc. Then we had a novel concept called the grain bank, which is for every weekly meeting that these elderly come, they bring one muthi of chawal.
Sure.
And they bring it together and collect it, and that forms the grain bank.
I think that's a fascinating concept, and we'll come and, if we have time, discuss that. I want to go across to Kiran Karnik, the chairman of HelpAge India, former president of the NASSCOM Foundation. Thanks, sir, very much for joining us. One of the most unfortunate and striking details which we have with us is that in urban India, 25% of elders face abuse at the hands of their children. This is shocking. As we talk about reaching out to seniors, how important is it to physically protect them?
Well, this is indeed very crucial. It's been a major issue, a lot of studies have shown, and we are trying to tackle this to the best ways we can. Various helplines to tell them what they need to do, make them aware of their rights, try and get them in a better shape. But this is a big issue. So, when we talk earlier of the kind of social distancing, I think it's a wrong term. We need physical distancing, but social proximity, social closeness, we need to bond together better. And many, many people do that. But unfortunately, in many homes, the elders are subjected to abuse.
सर, हमारे देश में 16 करोड़ बुजुर्ग हैं और 2050 तक कहा जा रहा है कि 32 करोड़ हो जाएंगे, यानी डबल हो जाएंगे. जमीन पर उसके लिए कुछ प्लानिंग या योजना नजर आती है आपको?
Well, this is unfortunate because while there are some thoughts, there is not enough action. As you said, 160 million people, of whom almost half are poor or destitute. And the kind of pensions they get are so small that they can't make do with them. And even those pensions reach to just about a third of the elderly. So we need to do something. And I think the best form of it is, while we need to look at what the government can do, we need to look at community action, where people can come together to help the elders within their community, within the family first, and then within the broader community. And I'm so delighted today that NDTV and Helpage India are partnering in an effort like this, which creates awareness and brings people together, making them aware of the plight and difficulties of the elders, and also trying to get support, certainly monetary support, but not just monetary. It's a support, as I said, which is emotional, which is bonding with them, building intergenerational relationships, and making them feel cared for and wanted. That's the crucial part.
Right, right. Kiran, this is Pranoy here. We've known each other for years, and I have great admiration for your work with Helpage and before. Just tell me, that people are donating lots of money. I must say this is a really successful campaign in terms of it really seems to have moved people. And they trust Helpage, like you have done wonderful things with donations before, so they trust you now. And I think that's another reason why they're coming forward. What kind of things will you spend all this money that's coming in for? What will you be using it for?
Well, first, thank you, Pranoy. And once again, thank you and NDTV for helping partner and put this all together.
It's our honor,
I think this is a great effort. I think you said two important points to what you made. First is credibility of the organization, the assurance that people must feel that their money is well used and properly used. Now, what we intend to do and what we've been doing is a whole host of services for the elderly. Part of it is meeting their health needs through things like our mobile health units, through people going out, telling them what needs to be done. Certainly in these very difficult times of COVID, what they need to do by way of physical distancing, taking care of themselves, making sure they are particularly vulnerable, and so what do they do? The second part is looking after their emotional health, making sure that there are people who take care of their needs in terms of social interaction, in terms of whatever their day-to-day needs are, and so on. And the third is really looking at what the broader aspects of what we can do by way of advocacy are. I mentioned earlier government schemes and pensions. We continuously work with both the state and central governments to see how we can work together to take forward the cause of the elderly.
Right.
And I said these are going to be huge numbers. They can be productive. Many of them are very productive, but there are some who need help. And how do we make sure that that reaches them through appropriate safety nets? As I said earlier, community is best, but yes, there's a great deal that the government also needs to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one amazing thing about Helpage also is that whatever funds you get, you're clear, they're audited, and you make it very clear, transparent. Anybody can go to your site and see how their money has been used. Thank you very much, Kiran Karnik, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranoy. And just a word, Pranoy, I want to, on behalf of Helpage India, thank all the donors on this show, organizations, individuals, and also all the donors who through the years have helped us to do all that we can for the elders. And thank you once again to NDTV.
Thank you very much.
Radhika Bharatram, Joint Vice Chairperson of the Shri Ram Schools, joins us now. Ms. Bharatram, thanks very much for being with us. How is respect for elders, respect for the seniors at the core of the beliefs of the Shri Ram School of Training?
Namaste, and first of all, congratulations to Helpage and NDTV for addressing issues faced by our elderly. Shri Ram School has always been a school which is deep-rooted in values. One of our core values is sensitivity, sensitivity to all. And coming from a family which is so, we celebrate our elders, respect for them is non-negotiable. And I think our founder, Manju Bharatram, made sure that the school also inculcated that value. So grandparents are welcomed into the school. They are part of the journey that our children take. As you are a parent as well, parents are welcomed into school. They are equal partners. We celebrate our grandparents. And it's a value that they really need to embrace. We are a country which encourages joint families. I've been brought up in a joint family. I live in a joint family. And the values that I have inherited from them are the ones that have made me into the person that I am.
राधिका, मैं पूछना चाह रही थी आपसे कि अब आजकल स्टूडेंट्स को ऑनलाइन क्लासेस हो रही हैं, कोरोना के रिलेटेड किस तरह से अपने जो बुजुर्ग आसपास हैं उनके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स साथ होंगे, क्या उस बारे में भी बातचीत होती है? टीचर्स क्या बात कर पाती हैं? क्या फीडबैक मिला है आपको?
हमारे स्कूल में एक प्रोग्राम है सिल्वर सर्फर करके, जो हमारे बच्चों ने शुरू किया था। एक्चुअली सीनियर सिटीजन, दैट मीन्स ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स को कंप्यूटर यूज़ करने के लिए। आई थिंक वो ऑनलाइन अब जाएगा, हमारे बच्चे वो सिखाएंगे और सब ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स को, स्पेशली अब जब समर हॉलीडे शुरू होगी। आई थिंक वी आर गोइंग टू टेक दिस फॉरवर्ड। कॉन्वर्सेशंस एट होम आर विद ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स। वी आर इनकरेजिंग, स्पेशली जो छोटे बच्चे हैं हमारे, उनको जो असाइनमेंट मिलता है वो एक्चुअली ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स से ही रिलेटेड होता है। हाउ डू यू स्पेंड टाइम विद दादा दादी की कहानियाँ, एंड दीज आर सम इम्पोर्टेंट वैल्यूज दैट वी वांट टू मेक श्योर दैट वी गिव टू आवर चिल्ड्रन।
Thank you very much, Radhika Bharatram. Also, you know, it's a different world now. Age is just a number. Many of our seniors are actually very productive. And, you know, if they may be 75, 80, even 85, they're doing very productive work. And you can still learn from them, right?
Yes. Well, we have a living example at our home. That's my father-in-law. He is 80 years old. He plays the sitar every day for 2.5 hours. He still participates in the family business. He's on boards of many companies and NGOs. And I have to say he's the biggest source of inspiration for all of us. And he has a very... there is so much to learn when you live with your grandparents and parents. You know, you can't substitute that learning. I was just following your program before, and it was mentioned that this generation is last and lost. I think this generation needs to become first and found. We cannot forget where we come from, and it's a very important value that we need to start talking about.
That's a lovely way to put it, and yes, that is the objective. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
और अब हमारे साथ परिक्रमा ग्रुप है, सुबीर मलिक, नितिन मलिक, और एक बहुत अरसे पहले एक चैनल के साथ मुझे याद है कि ये पूरा एक बैंड एसोसिएटेड था, और बहुत लंबा सफ़र देखा है इन लोगों का परिक्रमा ग्रुप का। सुबीर, आज क्या ख्याल आपके इस लंबे दौर में जो साथ आए हैं, ख़ास तौर से हमारे बुजुर्गों के जुड़े हुए?
Hi, this is Subir and Nitin from Parikrama. I know we all are going through a very bad time today, but just wanted you guys to think about a little thing. One of the most affected people today are the elderly population of our country and the world actually. So just wanted to remind you that, you know, just pick up the phone, make sure you talk to them every day. I mean, we see everyone putting screenshots of the virtual parties with friends, but we hardly see with the parents. So please do that. It's very important. They need us much more today than any time. Okay, here's a little song for you.
Parikrama inspiring us. That song is something we've grown up on. It is absolutely fantastic. It's just great to see them perform that just for us and for this program. 86 lakh rupees, that's what we've collected so far, 86 lakhs. And Pranoy, I'm sure by the time this is over, it's going to be much higher. And people can keep donating. I think that's the point.
Yeah. No, Vishnu, I just wanted to say music, that's one thing you owe your seniors, 60s music. You guys just copy the 60s music and pretend it's your own. Shocking.
Well, we're going to move on now and actually look at something which came into this program a little while earlier on. It's time to listen in to another senior citizen of India to try and understand the kind of problems that they face. This is Prabhavati Kadekar.
जो आश्रम में मैं गई थी, एक सोशल वर्कर लेके गया था, उधर मेरे को बहुत तकलीफ हो रही थी, बहुत मारपीट हो गई, गाली सी भी दे दिया और मेरे को दारू पी के उधर का इंचार्ज बहुत त्रास देता था और खाना पर नहीं धड़ मिलता था और इतने बुराई से मेरे को गाली सी भी दे के मेरे को अंग के ऊपर दौड़ दौड़ के आता था, पानी नहीं देने को लिखता था, पाइप नहीं लेने को बोलता था, संडास में जाने का तो सब अंदर संडास होके पन बाथरूम होके पन मेरे को बाहर रास्ता पे थे उधर भेज देता था। मेरे को मारपीट करते करते मेरे को एक दिन लगा था कि डोरी से फांस लगा के मर जाने का करके मैं ढूंढ रही थी वही रास्ता।
हमने प्रभावती को सुना। अब हमारे साथ नताशा कौर शेखो हैं, काउंसलिंग साइकोलॉजिस्ट, ग्रे शेड्स। नताशा, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अपना समय हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। नताशा, इस समय कोरोना के समय में जो हमारे बुजुर्ग हैं अकेले पड़ गए हैं काफ़ी बड़ी संख्या में, या जो अलग परिवार में भी हैं, अब्यूज़ की भी जानकारियां मिल रही हैं, किस तरह से इससे वो निकल सकते हैं? क्या आप उन्हें सुझाव दे सकती हैं?
So मैम, बेसिकली आई स्टार्ट विद एक्सप्लेनिंग द सिचुएशन जो कोविड की वजह से सीनियर सिटीजन फेस कर रहे हैं,
क्योंकि सीनियर सिटीजन घर पे रह रहे हैं, दे आर फीलिंग मच मोर फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, दे आर फीलिंग मच मोर लोनली देन दे यूज्ड टू डू बिफोर। सोशल इंटीग्रेशन, उनकी बातचीत बाहर की दुनिया से बिल्कुल बंद हो चुकी है। सो उसकी वजह से उनकी फीलिंग हेल्पलेसनेस की, फीलिंग ऑफ फ्रस्ट्रेशन एंड लोनलीनेस बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज हो चुकी है। सो मेरा सुझाव इसमें है कि उनको एंगेजमेंट करानी इस चीज़ में इस टाइम पे बहुत ज़रूरी है ताकि उनका रूटीन बना रहे।
That's fantastic. I have a routine that's so very important. Let's also quickly move on. We are also joined at this stage by Amit Agarwal. He's the Global Senior Vice President and Country Head of Amazon India. Amit, thanks very much for speaking to us. It's so important what you're doing, what Amazon and other groups are doing at a time like this. You can supply only essential services in most places, but how is that making a difference in the lives of senior citizens who can't go to shops, where important things are being delivered right to their doorstep?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I sincerely hope everyone watching and their loved ones are keeping safe and healthy. As you said, these are truly unprecedented times, and even more so for the elderly in our society. You know, you're talking about a segment that has been the rock, the pillar that has held us together, and it's so unfortunate that they happen to be the most vulnerable and need for our support. So we are very aware that customers rely on us to deliver all their needs to the doorstep. And as you said, we are allowed to deliver only the basic essentials today, but that goes a long way. You know, especially as mobility is restricted, people are trying to be safe at home. They don't have the usual house help, access to all the needs that they have. So we continue to discuss with the government, urge them to help us do more. But we are these are important times. We are trying to do our bit. And it's very important that we take care of our elders.
So Amit Agarwal, I was just talking just a couple of days ago to a Nobel Prize winner in medicine, and we asked him at the end, what's your perspective of how things are going to change? And he had a brilliant answer. He said, you know, we do so many unnecessary things now, and we're being able to reflect, and life is going to change dramatically. And in that sense, I think technology and Amazon, which is already changing the world for a lot of us, along with many other tech companies, you know, do you see, looking forward, a huge change and that you'll be more involved in, I mean, there's going to be important need to deliver medical kits, vaccines by the millions, billions actually. Are you going to be playing a role in all that? How is the world going to change from your tech point of view?
I think at this point in time, the number one priority is to keep everyone safe. I keep talking to my parents. They keep reminding me, as you said, be grateful, be responsible. Your resilience and positivity is what's going to take you out of this crisis. So we're talking about an elderly segment that continues to be the support and the support system for our society. And in fact, these are just the fortunate ones. You talked about more than 50 million senior citizens who are very poor and desperate in need. So technology at the first level can help rally people around towards a cause. So we are part of various initiatives, including the PM CARES Fund. Various NGOs are using Amazon. We have announced our target to raise about 100 crores, supporting several vulnerable and those in need groups. We are also providing personal and protective equipment to front-end COVID warriors, hygiene kits. And you can see the power of technology. We recently announced an initiative where customers could come and donate a grocery box that can be used to provide meals to migrant workers. And in less than 2 weeks, more than million meals
with senior citizens, right? You're focusing quite a lot on that as well, because they probably need you most at this time.
Absolutely. I mean, we just announced a donation of 50 lakhs to HelpAge because they are working in support of this critical group. But more importantly, as you said, mobility is restricted. They expect us to deliver all their needs at their doorstep. So we are delivering the basic essentials that we are allowed to do. And we continue to work very closely with the government to keep doing more. This is a place where we can really help. Even in containment zones, for example, we have set up pickup points so that we can deliver the essentials to the periphery of those pickup points, and that can be then handed over to the customers. We are trying to set these facilities for various housing complexes in the country. So these are some of the ways that we are innovating so that we can help not only people be safe, but also many of the small, medium businesses who are run by senior citizens, by elderlies who are completely out of revenues and jobs, are looking for technology to substitute the lack of footfalls because of social distancing.
Right. Well, there's going to be an incredible set of opportunities going forward on that. Amit, thank you so much for sharing your views on that. And we'd all like to thank all of our viewers for contributing, for being a part of this. You can continue to do this. And as we wrap up this program with our thoughts for our seniors, we thought we'd ask our viewers to send in their tributes to their parents, to their grandparents, and we leave you with this. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much. And the donations can keep continuing over the next few weeks. It doesn't end now. Just go to our website, ndtv.com, and to HelpAge. Keep donating.
Thank you.